It looks like the sun, moon, and stars will align, so to speak, for the Guardians home opener next spring.
We learned today the Guardians 2024 home opener will take place on Monday, April 8th against the Chicago White Sox. Now, if that date sounds familiar, it also just so happens to be the day of the great North American total solar eclipse, which is expected to travel right over Northeast Ohio. Now, there is no start time for the opener yet. There's no word yet on any special eclipse activities planned for that Guardians game just yet either. But you got to say it's quite a coinky-dink that's going to be going on.
It is.
Certainly a great opportunity for a lot of folks who are going to be in downtown Cleveland.
Start time 3:18.
There.
Exactly when the eclipse is totality overhead.
Well, I was going to ask you, I've got two great weather minds here. Do you have
boy.
a weather forecast for April 8th,
Betsy
2024?
does. Yeah, that's what were we talking about earlier.
We're going to go with partly cloudy and
Yes.
seasonable with a slight chance for rain,
little bit.
but check back in about a week ahead of time.
Could change. It could change.
There could be
Right.
a few changes.
Keep an eye on that app for you. See how that works out.
Well
Have they
played.
thought about changing the eclipse time? I mean, I know they're, the Guardians might be in purple, but we'll see. Anyway, just an idea.
Maybe not.
It's a dad joke. My dad jokes always fall flat here at the desk. I'm sorry, guys. I know. All right, let's play on the weekend. It is Thursday, and we're ready for the weekend already, right? Summer weekends are the best. We've got some patchy fog tomorrow morning, and then sunshine. It's going to be a beautiful day. We're in the 70s. We're up into the 80s. Kind of a hot afternoon tomorrow, but manageable humidity. With a couple clouds around. Otherwise, it's just going to be a nice Friday. Friday evening plans look great as well. Look at the difference in temperatures. Still kind of muggy and in the 70s. Millersburg and Dover right now. Meanwhile, Chardon, you're turning on the heat right now. It's 60 degrees. We've got cool air out in the country right now. There is that frontal boundary we've talked about kind of dividing the areas. Not much lift to it today, but dew points have come down a little bit, so not quite as muggy as it was yesterday. But all that thick air is just building down to the south. It's not far off, and this will start to reattach to that next wave that we showed you top of the show that moves in here on Saturday. So Saturday becomes more humid again as we go throughout the day. Quiet radar here tonight across Ohio. It was active downstate earlier, but you mentioned that heat earlier in the broadcast, and look at all the heat advisories and warnings in places that are typically hot, so you know it's hot if they've got advisories out in areas of the desert Southwest, stretching in areas of the deep South. For off towards the north, though, we've got this trough pattern that continues. Big old heat high down towards the southwest, continues to rotate that air east. Off towards the north, you get a low pressure. It's a big pulley system. It all goes together, so you get this strong flow out of the northwest, and that continues to bring us rain chances every 2 or 3 days. And I don't really see a break in this pattern all the way through next week at this point. National Design hour-by-hour forecast. Little morning fog, otherwise lots of sunshine tomorrow. Notice models continue to pop. A couple storms out towards the east, a couple out towards the west. Can't rule it out. I mean, it's that pattern right now. There's really no clear air to speak of across the country. But again, most areas are going to stay dry tomorrow, and it's going to be warm. We're going to be in the mid, maybe even upper 80s down in the south. Saturday is a different story. We bring that impulse in from the west. So notice start temperatures are in the 70s. That tells you you've got more muggy air, and then we're dealing with showers and thunderstorms. Again, don't pay attention to where the storms are at the hour. Just look at the trend. We will have scattered storms around here. Highest probability afternoon and evening on Saturday as that system taps into some of that heat. Let's talk precip. We still have a nice surplus on the year in Cleveland. We have a deficit down towards Akron, though. That has been the trend. Latest drought monitors out today. This is what we're dealing with last week. Not much change versus last week and the current week across the state, but you notice our southern counties are dealing with the most drought, and especially out towards the eastern counties as well. Trumbull County, you did get some decent rain out of this, but in terms of a look nationally, still dealing with drought across the plains. There's been much improved conditions across areas of Nebraska and Kansas as well. This is our Corn Belt, folks, so that has a lot to do with the U.S. economy as well. So good news that we've been getting rain out there. And for us, we've got numerous rain chances as we go throughout the next couple of days. This is likely what the radar will look like during the afternoons, but tomorrow we're dry, barely, right? Saturday, pretty good coverage of showers and storms, a lingering storm possible on Sunday. And then here comes the little front that'll change things up on Monday. Again, still a little signal for some stronger storms on Monday. We'll keep an eye on that. And then we bring in a real refreshing air mass on Tuesday. How about that heat? Is it on its way in the long term? Well, here it is. Big old ridge out towards the west. This ridge, a lot of that heat is caused by abnormally cool air coming down into the Hudson Bay. So keep that in mind. Everything in balance here, right? But as we go through time, we're a week ahead of schedule here, and we're still talking trough in the eastern U.S. When will that break and bring us 90-degree heat? A lot of us hoping it doesn't. Some of us hoping it does. Either way, Union Home Mortgage 10-day forecast. There's your weekend rain. Beautiful on Tuesday and Wednesday of next week.